So, last time we were at the little oasis with the two camps. We discussed our route going forward. We think it might be worth going through the ritual and just scuttling things if they get out of hand. We take a short break to wait for the ritual. Lunara has a look at the monolith the cultists seem to have hyper-focused on. It's weathered beyond recognition, but it matches the time period of Set's temple. It doesn't have any magic directly associated with it. Magnus has a listen to the prayers of the death cults. They mostly seem to be asking for selfish stuff. They seem less concerned about giving stuff to their god than getting stuff for their god. Adriel sees these cultists as beyond saving and decides against proselytizing to them. Wei decides to talk to them and learns that they don't really know much about their deity other than the fact he'll bring them the sweet release of death. They don't really seem to have an idea what they're talking about. We have some serious real-world flashbacks. As the sun hits the obelisk at just the right angle, it reveals a doorway. The cultists crowd around it, and Madron announces that it's time for their worship. We follow them into the obelisk with a view to potentially ambushing them at an advantageous time. Madron says, "Open in the name of the Great One," to the door to get it to open. Quoth makes a note of this. On the other side of the door, we discover that there's a zombie handling the crank. Quoth makes note of the command to close the door, and then Lunara uses prestidigitation to clean the cloaks for advice to wear to begin the ritual. A side chamber includes yet another set of zombies in temporary storage of some kind. The first ritual involves walking through 3 6-inch deep wading pools, a green, a red, and a clear one. Apparently the first represents life, the second represents death, and the third is the afterlife. Wei sneaks by without wading through them. The others wade through. The door ahead has magical runes that seem to be evocation based, some kind of security system, question mark. In the ritual chamber there's a bottomless pit, which seems to have an illusion spell cast upon it. As we're talking about it with Madron, one of the cultists decides it's their time and takes a leap into the pit. Lunara seizes her opportunity and uses the Hat of Disguise to make herself look like Calatharius, and orders the cultists to seek his embrace. With a natural 20 on her deception check, the cultists all leap into the pit, presumably to their demise, though we're uncertain where they actually ended up. Lunara takes a 10-minute break to cast Scry on Madron to see where he actually ended up, while the others investigate the area they found themselves in. During the break, Wei finds a secret door, Adriel spots some mildly horrific carvings and some potion-like liquids, and Magnus takes a closer look at the idol statue next to the pit. The eyes of the statue are valuable red gems, and there's a mechanical joint to the arms. Adriel looks at the liquid and discovers the first one is unholy water, the second is some kind of demonic ichor, and the third is some kind of alchemist's fire, currently in a state of combustion. Wei investigates the not-so-secret door and finds it is not trapped. Behind it, there's a hallway leading off. Magnus pries the gem away from the statue and it attempts to grab him. The ruby starts getting really hot in his hands and he throws it away into the pit. Lunara finishes casting Scry and is able to see the cultist lying dead on the ground with Calatharius nearby and a load of extra demons standing around. It looks like we just gave him a load more troops. We decide to investigate the area with Wei's secret hallway. At the intersection of the hallway, Lunara spots a magical aura, possibly abjuration. We try and toss a coin at the magic zone, but it seems unaffected. Wei decides to be our canary. The magic causes Wei, Magnus, and Quoth to be blinded, and the door behind them locks shut, and the corridor fills with fog. They're attacked by a pair of wights to little effect. Lunara uses Knock to open the door, and then dispel magic to get rid of the fog. After the fight, a strange woman walks into the corridor, and asks us to leave. It looks like the wights were part of her home security system. Her name is Rahi Stormsorrow. She has a sending stone called called Garrett and 2 additional ghost friends. She's some kind of caretaker for this place. She doesn't mind what we do with the rest of the place, but doesn't want us to intrude on her privacy. We ask her about the Star Gem, and we get a bit too close to comfort, so we're fighting. She starts the fight with a massive necrotic AoE that takes Wei down immediately. One of the ghosts possesses Magnus, much to our chagrin. Wei manages to stunlock Rahi to prevent her from escaping, and then Lunara finishes her with an Eldritch Blast after hitting her with Shatter. We end the session post-combat and decide to take a short rest. And the name of that session for me is Madron Problems Require Madron Solutions.
I like that title. Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Yes, you guys are indeed in the temple here. I know, these early mornings, eh?
Yeah, sure. Early mornings, he says.
I guess late nights.
It's 4:30 p.m. here, so yeah, early morning, definitely.
Mid-afternoons, these tiring mid-afternoons.
Yeah, these hours, they're so hard. So I reckon we take a rest in her room at the end of the thing.
At the end of the hall there?
Yeah. That was probably that's where we wanted to investigate next anyway, so that's probably where we would have gone.
That makes sense to me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a lot of mental catching up to do.
I know. I know. I like listened to that whole thing, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
I remember the water.
So there was in the room that you are just entering over here. I'll bring Chang's character in too.
Mm.
I will describe this room to you. This is a 20-foot square room. It's filled with an eerie red light that comes from a platform near the eastern side of the room. There are 9 carved circular steps that lead up to the top of the platform, and then there was a strange glowing light, which was the skull, but you have taken the skull. You remember that the skull of Gareth is its name, and it's quite
Gareth. Okay. I
quite
think I had it as
chatty.
Gareth last time.
Oh, it's Gareth, Garath.
Gareth. Okay. ATH.
And yeah, Gareth is quite chatty and has been an interesting conversation with you guys. So I think it was Magnus that took the skull.
I don't remember. I don't think we spent much time in this room yet. Like we literally ended
Yeah.
post-fight, and we hadn't had time to investigate this place
Yeah, I
yet.
don't think we've been in here.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
never mind. The skull is still atop the platform.
Mm.
Good morning, Shang.
Did we? Hi, Chang. Did we investigate her yet? I don't remember if we actually looted her.
No, you have not.
I think like maybe Lunara will do that on the way through.
Sure thing. Let me just bring up her sheet and remember what she had here. Shift double click. There we go. So her name is Korga.
It was Rahi.
Am I looking at the right? I'm looking at the right thing. Yes. No, Rahi was the. Wasn't Rahi the leader?
I thought no. Madron was the leader of the cult.
Madron was the leader.
Yeah,
Rahi,
and I think Rahi was her name, or at least that's what you.
Yes.
Said, yeah.
Yes, I think what I did was I changed it because I couldn't find it, and then I forgot that I changed it. So yes, her name was Rahi. I don't know that there's a lot to tell you about Rahi. She is a she's not wearing any armor. She doesn't have any weapons. She was using her own magics. She would have a spellcaster's component pouch upon her.
Okay.
But that would be about it on her person. I don't think she would have reason because this is her room, so you don't really have to go out when you're in your room.
Sure. Okay. I'll just like top up my component pouch
Sure.
with her stuff then.
I'll do a quick once over.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll do a quick once over the room.
Okay, awesome. Roll me an investigation, please. And while he does that, Lunara, a lot of the component pouch stuff are like gross. She's a necromancer. There's a lot of bones and dead flies and necromancer shit. Adriel, starting off the session well, I see.
There's nothing here important. I don't even notice the skull.
So the room has a bed and a desk. Glancing over it, you don't see anything of import on the desk. There's like a couple of papers, but nothing that strikes you as being important. The bed's just a bed. You look under it, you don't see anything. And then there's this glowing skull that you know about already because it's been talking to you. And in fact, as you look around, it says, "Make yourself at home much?"
I just kind of look at him, but I turn my head. I don't really give him too much attention.
So what are you guys gonna do now? You killed her? You gonna just leave me here? Or you gonna take me out of here? You should take me out of here.
Do you like your existence as a head? Or skull, I should say?
I don't want you to kill me if that's what you're asking. Again? Kill me again? Yeah.
I was just curious.
I mean, I wish I had feet so I could walk around. But you'll do. You could carry me.
Looks like there's nothing in this room. Should we go?
What? Wait! Wait!
So, what do you, like, Nanara kind of walk up to the skull, like, so what exactly do you do? Like, what is your, why did they keep you around? What do you do? Why should I pick you up and take you with me?
Oh, I see. Why should you pick me up and take you with me? Tell you what, put your... Hang on, let the DM check something. Yeah, there we go. Tell you what, just, turn around and look behind you.
And if you turn around, what you see is the necromancer standing back up, looking all zombie-like.
Huh. That is not the most savory of things, but I mean, it's an argument, I guess.
I really don't know how Magnus feels about this.
I was gonna say it's like necromantic energy. I say.
Yeah, and he's pretty.
I can also make people afraid of me.
I feel like this skull could be a liability as well. Doesn't seem to want to shut up.
I've got a line to talk with a really important person.
Who's that?
His name is Calicatharus, and he is a great and powerful creature that will grant you many boons.
We should destroy this skull.
What? No, I can talk to him for you only once a month, but I can talk to him for you, and then he can give you things.
We can't trust a creature that worships Calatharius.
Worship him? I just talk to him once a month.
You just said he's the greatest.
I was trying to hype him up so you wouldn't kill me. Doesn't mean I don't worship him. I worship him.
I just look at Lenara and I say, it's your call.
Lenara, like, picks him up and just kind of holds him, like, almost like in the Alaspor Yorick pose, but just kind of so they can talk to eye to eye. And it's like, okay, so we are here not to worship Calatharius. Calatharius, not ideal.
Okay.
We are here to re-imprison Calatharius.
Well, imagine how handy I am being someone who can talk to him, find out where he is. Look at me being useful.
Okay.
Also, you're gonna fight people? Imagine if you had a whole army of undead.
Yeah,
or,
no,
3 at a time.
That's not really our style. That's a little icky. Not gonna lie. But I could see you being useful.
Cannon fodder, yeah. You can see me being, yes.
If anything, something for Quoth to sit on.
Oh no. We're gonna be one of those tacky skull and candle with a raven on it statues. No way.
Hey now, careful. The other choice is we smash you into powder.
Okay, I'll let the raven sit on my head.
Yeah. We'll take you along with us. But don't make trouble for us. Or,
and before we go,
option B is still open.
Before we go, is there anything else useful in this room, Gareth? I mean, you've been here staring at it for a long time.
I'm pretty much the most useful thing in the room.
That's not setting the bar super high.
Hey, watch it.
What are you gonna do? Bite my ankles?
I'll make you afraid of me.
And his eyes glow. And can you make me a wisdom save?
Yeah, and as I do this, I'm just gonna be like, "What? So that we leave you behind?" Wisdom save.
Yeah, you have no problem. He's not that scary.
Yeah, so doing that to us is a surefire way to get us to leave you at the bottom of a well somewhere. At best.
Okay, I won't cast it again. I can cast it on your behalf, though.
It just tried
Okay.
to attack us.
It was just a little prank. What's a little joke between friends, eh?
That would require us to be friends. You haven't achieved that just yet.
Oh, look, she gets it.
And the zombie behind you goes, ha, ha, ha.
See?
Wonderful.
I have a lot of questions about how that works. He gestures over his shoulder at the zombie. Like, there's no soul in that thing, right? It's just an animated corpse now?
Yeah, it's just a body. I don't do souls. That's icky.
Okay, well, I don't completely hate it then.
You wanted to come with us?
I mean, you already made it. You might as well, I guess. But if
Yeah,
anybody,
it would be a waste.
keep
I
it like
guess.
behind us so that people don't think it's actually with us.
He says to the zombie,
You heard the man.
Reputation.
Lunara's gonna have a quick once over of the room, just do a quick investigate to see if she can spot anything that might be useful.
No, you don't
I
trust
will guide
them?
you. I will
I've
guide
seen.
you.
I was gonna say I've seen what Adriel's like at investigating things.
Yeah, I really wasn't. Yeah,
she
you
does
could tell I
things on
wasn't
her
really
own.
that interested. I was just like kind of
Yeah.
glancing.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying hard.
Lunara knows it. Lunara knows Adriel. Nothing against Adriel, but she knows how this works. Okay, guidance, investigation. So that's a 16.
Okay. You take a once over of the room. Same deal. There's not really a lot here. You do the paperwork that's on the desk is probably the most interesting thing. And you see some notes about questions to ask Calitharius next time I speak with him, kind of dealio. And some notes about like things that they have spoken about in the past. Obviously, this has been a fairly recent thing. So she's only had one conversation with him since he was brought forward. She talks about protecting the gem. Not that she knows what the gem is or what that means, but she's been told to protect it.
Does she, like, I assume the gem isn't here, it's just elsewhere in the...
It doesn't seem to be in this room that you can see.
Okay. I will take her paperwork so we can have a read through it while we're traveling.
Sure.
And
did you guys say you wanted to do a short rest in here?
I think this might be a good place for a short rest, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be interrupted here, so go ahead and short rest your characters.
Sure. I think I am at the point of short rest, at the point of having done a short rest anyway, so.
Oh wow. Yeah. Big hit points.
No.
Sure. Did I do what I thought? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Yeah, I turn 2 first level spell slots into sorcery points and then rest and get the 2 first level spell slots back from Warlock.
Okay.
I think I did that at the end of the last session because I was assuming we were just resting straight up. So
yeah,
that is long rest. Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Everyone
else good?
I think I'll ask Gareth where if he knows where the gem is that she's here to protect.
The gem? No idea. If she didn't know, and I've been stuck on this plinth.
Go ahead, roll me an insight check.
Okay. Normal insight.
He seems afraid.
So you're not telling me something. You're scared to find the star gem? Scared of what happens if it's found?
I mean, no
Your
one
honesty is
knows.
the thing that keeps you with us.
I don't know what happens with all these star gems, and she was told not to protect them, so it seems
She was told not to
dangerous.
protect them.
She was told to protect them. It
Right.
seems dangerous. Calitharius is really concerned about these gems.
Think through like a mouthful of bread. Magnus just kind of looks up at Lunara and goes, it's probably maybe he's the star gem.
Hmm.
I'm not a star or a gem. Look at me, I'm a skull.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe the star gem's like inside it. They got weird powers. Shake it around, see if it rattles.
Don't you rattle me.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna rattle you, but bear in mind if we don't find it this place, you will be the last place we check.
Okay.
So yeah, us finding the star gem is what we're here for. So you're gonna find out one way or the other.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do a little search, shall we? We had other ways through that we saw from the main chamber, so I guess let's go see. Both should
While
not
we
have to.
walk, I'll ask questions of the skull, like how old are you? Where did you come from? How much
Where
of
did
this
you
temple
go?
have you seen?
So he tells you as you walk. He answers most of your questions. And he tells you he's over 1,000 years old. He tells you that he used to be the high priest of this area, of this temple, when it was first built. And then he was killed and turned into what you see now.
Who killed him? Does he know? Remember?
He gets very vague around that. He either doesn't remember or he doesn't want to talk about it. You can give me an insight check. Yeah, he's not interested in providing those answers. You're not sure. Again, you're not sure if he's just if he doesn't know, or obviously being killed is a fairly traumatic thing to happen to a person. So maybe he just doesn't want to talk about it. But he's not very forthcoming.
So, was this always a Temple of Caltharius? Like from when you were High Priest here?
Oh no. That came later.
Okay. Who were you? Who was this a temple to beforehand?
I don't remember the names of the old gods.
Interesting.
They're long forgotten now.
We've kind of made it a habit helping people who used to be in charge of temples.
We kind of have. That's a pattern. Okay, we head back to the main room, I guess. Oops, I can't see Quoth. There's Quoth. So these were Unholy Water, Demonic Ichor, and Alchemist's Fire.
That's correct. Yes.
I think Lunara might use like a gloved hand and a little like vial and just take like a little sample of the unholy water.
Sure. It's not. How can I put this? It's not super pleasant. It's
Mm.
kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies, but it doesn't
Yeah.
seem. It's like it's similar to holy water. It's not in and of itself dangerous.
Yeah.
Just the application of it.
Yeah, it might be useful at some point. Yeah, put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
And then, yeah, let's head on. I'm trying to think how we're like carrying Gareth. I'm not actually sure.
I could probably put a rope, like make a little rope net and hang him from my
Okay.
belt.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I can see.
Oh my God, you're turning into what's his name? Kratos?
Kratos,
Yes.
Yeah.
a head dangling from my hip. And since I'm not exactly the stealthy one, I don't care too much if he's yapping away the whole time.
Yeah, true. So the
Which he
door
is.
there.
He keeps up a pretty steady stream of chatter.
Oh, good. We have our own. We've invented podcasts. So, what's this way?
Yes. Okay. So the hallway here is crisscrossed with shadows that even your dark vision cannot seem to penetrate. That's why I
Huh.
put the sightline blocker in there.
Mm. Do I?
I'll ask Gareth if he can see anything down that tunnel.
Mm.
Oh, I can't see anything. It's magical darkness.
Just checking. You used to be head of this temple, so I figured maybe you might have some sort of immunities to these things.
I mean, I know what's down there. If it's still the same, it's been a long time since I've been down this hallway, but there should be some doors.
Well, doors are useful, I guess. They lead to rooms.
I assume my detect magic is showing magical
Yeah.
a spell across there. So I could try and dispel it, but it will be my only remaining third level spell slot.
Let's check out the other door first.
Yeah, let's check out the other way. Okay. I guess I'll go and have a look at the door, make sure it's not trapped or anything.
Sure. Go ahead, roll my
Guide you.
investigation. And guidance.
Yay, thank you for
Awesome.
guidance. Investigation. 17.
Nice. The door is unlocked. The door seems to be untrapped. You do recall when there were the people fighting you in this room that there were people that came from this direction. So
There
it's
was no fighting in
probable
this room.
Oh
Convince
yeah,
them
they
all
all
to jump in
jumped
a hole.
through. They jumped.
Yep.
So they jumped down through here basically. So their people came out from that door and jumped down
Okay.
that hole.
Okay. I guess I'll push the door open. Like, look to the group to see if they're okay with me pushing the door open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine it's safe-ish.
Okay, let's find out. Push the door open.
Push the door
Chamber.
open. A chamber, yes. So you are looking inside at the acolytes' quarters. It's just a square room, sparsely furnished with rude desks and beds and 3 small chests.
Okay. Gonna give it a once over to see if there's anything of value in here.
Sure.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Investigation and guidance. Here we go.
Name a more iconic pair. 16.
All right. Your eyes skim over the wall when you realize you kind of go back to it and you realize that there is sort of a cunning hidden nook right here. And when you go up to take a look at it, you realize that it is a wall safe.
Okay.
That is concealed behind a well-hidden panel. There are, when you open the safe, you find 4 small boxes inside.
Ooh.
One is gold, one is silver, one is lead, and one is obsidian.
Okay, I take them both down and like put them on a desk or something. I might need some help with the lead box.
When you do,
Yeah.
you grab the obsidian box and it lets off a flash of spell power. And you will be taking 19 points of damage as it just blasts through and the
What
safe kind of focuses it.
what type of damage is this?
It would be force damage. It's a glyph of
Okay.
warding.
Okay.
Are you okay in there?
Ow. Should have. In fairness, I had detect magic up, so I think I would have seen.
Oh, so sorry. I keep forgetting you have detect magic. Yes, you would have seen the glyph of warding on it. I take that
Okay.
back.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, I'll take the ones down that aren't warded, and then like point to the warded one and go, yeah, there's a glyph of warding here, or that there's a spell on this. I'm pretty sure. Like, let me double check do an Arcana roll. I'm pretty sure that like I would probably recognize.
I think a glyph of warding is common enough that I don't think an Arcana roll is necessary. You would
Sure.
recognize it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Could you...
I'll take the 3 that aren't.
Well, I mean, yeah, drag those out and then come out here, and
Hmm.
then if you could just mage hand that other one, it might trigger
Yeah.
the glyph.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe step back, Adriel. Oops. And I'll mage hand it down, and then yeah, mage hand it off the thing, so that the glyph goes off and doesn't actually hurt anyone.
Yeah, and it does. It goes off with a bang as soon as the box is moved. That seems to be the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't harm anyone.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mage hand it onto one of the desks, and then kind of sigh of relief. That could have hurt.
So you got 4 boxes. What's in them?
What's in the box?
All right.
How big are the boxes?
They're fairly small. They're probably almost like a little bit bigger than jewelry-sized boxes.
Okay. Keeping detect
Gonna be
magic
a
up. I think
hand
I'll
or
open.
It's gonna be a hand or something in one of these.
I'll try and mage hand them open.
Yeah. So you do mage hand them open. So let me look here. Let's start with the gold and silver boxes and
Mhm.
the lead box all contain small cones of incense.
Mhm.
They are glowing to your eyes with magical power.
Okay.
And it is probably from the school of, that would be the same as, I don't even know what school it is. They're just magic.
Sure. Okay, no problem. And the obsidian box.
The obsidian box has a small, what does it look like? Hang on, sorry. Here we go. It looks like a phylactery.
Okay.
It is an arm wrapping.
Small phylactery arm wrapping.
Yes. So it is not a phylactery in the sense of like a lich's phylactery.
Mhm.
It is a wrapping that is inscribed with holy texts
Okay.
that are used to um, enhance your prayers, basically.
Okay.
Man, I wish I had message right now. Um, I am going to shoot Lunara a look and then kind of
Mhm.
look at Gareth and then look at the stuff in the boxes. I'm trying to convey, like, do we ask him about this stuff? Do we want him to even know we found this stuff?
Hmm. Um, probably fine.
There
Like,
is also a um, periapt inside that box as well. We didn't get to
ooh,
that as well, but there's also a
okay,
periapt. It's a necklace. It's a pendant,
okay.
shaped like it looks like a ruby kind of thing with a heart.
Not cursed,
Okay,
is
is
it?
that magical as well?
Yes, it is magical.
Okay. I assume all of this is glowing magically to one degree or another.
Everything is glowing.
Okay. Hmm. Um, I mean, we could ask our skull friend if he recognizes if any of this like
Yeah,
makes sense to him.
I'll grab Gareth and like point him towards it and just hey, is this like old temple shenanigans or new temple shenanigans?
Uh, he he says,
I've never seen any of that stuff in my life.
Hmm.
I mean, I know what the incense is for. I've used it myself back in the day, but
For ritual purposes, I'm guessing.
it focuses your meditations when you're praying.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a spellcaster, it will enhance your spells.
Oh, interesting.
For like a temporary duration, or is it just kind of like as long as I carry that thing around with me, it'll be great?
Uh, so when you burn it, uh, and you light it and you pray over it, can it takes 8 hours to pray over it, and then it enhances your magical abilities so that every spell you cast has maximum effect for 24 hours.
Oh, I could
That's
see that being very useful.
yeah, this could be great, real handy. Let's lock that all back up and put it away for when we really need it.
Yeah, I mean, it can just go in my bag of holding if you want. I can just wrap up the incense.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm going to need it in a hurry since it's going to take me
Mm.
8 hours.
Well, I mean, if it's any magic user, it could also be useful for both me and me and Adriel. Like all three of us could make use of it before we go
That's what
after
I was thinking. I mean, we
Big
got
Bad.
3 boxes
Yeah,
of it, so I
yeah,
assume there's one for each of us, and then probably some hand wraps for the monk.
yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of, I
Oh,
know Chang's here, but I haven't actually heard it.
no.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening at the moment.
Oh,
Wade doesn't really have much to contribute at the moment.
no trouble. We're
I
just
just want
glad
to
you're
make sure your
here.
mic was working. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there. I've been talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll put the 3 incense cones spell amplification in my bag of holding
They're called
and the
incense of meditation.
incense of medication.
Meditation.
Incense of meditation. Okay.
Yes.
And hand wraps. Hmm.
And a
I have to
periapt.
identify the periapt and the hand wraps.
Yeah.
But I suggest we do that after we've left the temple with everything that's trying to kill us.
Yeah, next time I level up, I'll take Identify as a spell, and then we can make use of that.
You can also just short rest on it.
Yeah, I'd rather Identify to make use of them, but...
Yeah, the last time any of us did the whole, we're going to short rest and meditate on this thing, they took the sword and tried to kill a bunch of people, so...
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to do that again.
Yeah.
Fool me once.
Although, in all fairness, and just to be clear, Identify will not reveal a curse on an item either. So in the case of the sword, you still would have been at the in the situation where you wouldn't be aware that the item was cursed.
I'll just try to save my spell slot, and I'll cast Remove Curse before anybody tries to attune or identify it.
Or cast it after attunement, maybe. Okay.
All right, so let's go down this tunnel of darkness, I guess.
Do you want me to try and dispel it? Make that a little easier.
Why don't I wander in first and see if I can figure out how far the darkness goes?
I would be concerned as to what happens to you going there. I'd if it has a negative effect as well as being dark as shit, that could be extremely bad.
I mean, we need to go down that hall. It's the only place we haven't been, so...
Sure, and if I try and dispel it first, then if there's any negative effect to it, we don't worry about it.
Yeah, I suppose so. I just hate seeing high-level spell slots go.
Well, I can turn 2 first-level spell slots into a third-level spell slot if we need another one. So I've got sorcery points, and I've got 6 first-level spell slots, so all is not lost.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess let's dispel the darkness. Unless anybody else has genius ideas.
Yep, I'm open to any other ideas, but it seems like the most useful.
All right, have at it. What level are you casting your spell at?
I can only cast it at 3rd level, so it will be at 3rd level.
All right. You cast your spell at 3rd level, and the darkness is dispelled.
Yeah.
It still sort of lingers. The shadows are still sort of deep here, but you have gotten rid of it to the point that you can see. The hallway is not terribly long, but it is full of doors. You can see 4, one on the east wall, one on the north, and 2 on the south.
Okay. I'm also then going to turn 2 first-level spell slots into 2 sorcery points. I think it's 1-to-1 to turn them, and then it's a reduced rate to go back again, isn't it? Level 1 costs 2 points, level 2... Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. Yes, so I will get rid of 2 first-level spell slots and get back a 3rd-level spell slot and have no sorcery points.
Sounds good. Mental gymnastics you have to go through.
Yep. Yeah, cool. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we've got 4 doors.
Is that part of the new sorcerer?
No, that's old sorcerer still.
Changing 2 spell slots into a 3rd one? I didn't.
So you can cash in a 1st-level spell slot for 1 point, a 2nd-level spell slot for 2 points, a 3rd-level spell slot for 3, but it costs, I believe, the level of the spell plus 2 to make a spell slot.
Okay.
Or so a 1st-level spell slot costs 2 points, a 2nd-level spell slot costs 3, a 3rd-level spell slot costs 5, and a 4th costs 6.
Okay.
It's the Font of Magic ability.
Yeah, there's a reason I like fighters and stuff. Much less bookkeeping.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's have a look.
Guidance. You check that door. Make sure it's not going to explode in your face.
Okay. Since when did I become the rogue? Since I was the only one with a positive investigate.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty much, yeah.
I love how you guys are playing like this like high trap campaign, and it's like the investigates are a little bit iffy. Makes
Got a
my life really
-1 to
fun.
my intelligence, so cut me some slack.
I got +2.
Oh,
Me the smart one.
Roll down far enough. Why isn't that scrolling?
Okay, so yeah, I will investigate this door.
Oh, I see.
17.
Nice. There are no traps upon this door. You do see a sort of crimson light flickering from underneath the door frame.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to go and just like investigate each one of these doors before we go any further.
Okay.
So if I can please have guidance for each of these, I will.
Yeah, I would say just kind of assume that I'm going to guide you for this part.
Okay, 25 for that one.
Okay. Again,
27 for the third one, and 19 for this one. So
all right.
this one's third.
So none of these doors are trapped. None of these doors are locked.
Okay.
The first door over here, that's the one that had the crimson light glowing underneath it.
Okay.
The room behind here seems very dark. You can't really see anything under the door frame.
Okay.
There is a thin light coming from underneath this door.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, from underneath. Yeah. No, this is the one with the oil lantern.
One
I
has
apologize.
a red light shining from it. Another is dark. Another has a thin light. Another has a dim light shining from under it.
Yeah. So crimson light here.
Okay.
Dark here.
Yep. Okay.
Dim light here.
Okay.
And I believe this room is dark too.
Okay. I kind of want to have a look at the red light. I'm going to kind of move myself to one side, gesture for the others to move back, and then mage hand the door open.
Okay.
So, mage hand. Okay, it's a corridor. That looks of it.
It's a very small room.
Okay.
So in the middle of this 10-foot square chamber, there is a brazier fixed to the floor, and it burns with deep violet flames. There is a cabinet on one wall which openly displays branding irons and whips with steel. I think that's supposed to be tongs. It says thongs, but I think they mean tongs. Otherwise, it's a different kind of room. There is a skeleton hanging chained to the wall. He is wearing the remnants of rich robes, a necklace, and a pair of arm rings.
Gonna mage hand those down if I can. The pieces off of him.
Are they magic before you touch them?
The necklace has an aura of magic about it.
It's a skeleton chained to the wall with a magical necklace. Yeah, I'll see if I can like mage hand the necklace like over their head and down.
Okay, you mage hand the necklace, and you find that you cannot pull it off of the skeleton. What you actually no, you can. My apologies. You pull it off of the skeleton. The armbands you are not going to be able to get off because he's shackled to the wall.
Yep.
But when you do grab that necklace, the skeleton comes to life and starts moving, pulling at his restraints.
Living skeleton.
I'm gonna point Gareth at him and be like, "One of your friends? You guys know each other?"
Not one of mine. Oh, hey, my necklace. Huh.
Your necklace?
Yeah. I wore it many years ago.
Chain of office or
something like that? Yeah.
Could this be your body? Question mark. I mean, I realize you are a skull presently, but like you could have been crammed into a skull, taken out.
No. That's That's not me. That's definitely not me.
Okay.
But
Okay. You were taller.
yeah, this is my real skull. But yeah. That necklace, that was a big part. You should put it on. It would look lovely on you.
I am insight checking that.
Magnus is just shaking his head like, "Don't do it."
No, I'm not. I'm not doing it, but I want to know what his motives are for you should put that on because yeah,
Would
I'm
also
not.
like to insight check that if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
That's a 9.
I mean, he's hard to read as a skull.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys, you try and like ask you just don't know him well enough at this point. He hasn't done or said anything bad to you yet, but that's about all you can really say about him. You know, it's a little odd that he's asking you to put on the necklace, but maybe he does think it will look nice on you.
Okay, what will happen if I put that necklace on?
It's magic. It'll
What
help
kind of magic?
focus. It'll help bring you closer to God.
I mean,
There are many ways that could go.
and which god? Like, be honest.
Which god?
Whichever ones you believe in.
Yeah, I'm not big on
There's a
believing
lot
in
of them,
those.
though.
Yep.
I'm literally just gonna wrap it in a cloth and put it in my bag. I'll have a look at it later.
Okay.
I will definitely take identify next time we level up. Holy shit.
The magic items are starting to pile in.
They are. We have 4. Well, we have 3 unidentified items.
Before we close the door, Magnus just looks at the skeleton on the wall and be like, "You just hang tight, buddy," and I close the door.
You can hear it rattling his chains.
I think he's mad you took his necklace.
I thought it was your necklace.
Well, it was mine and then it became his. Now it's yours. You should wear it.
Nah. Not until I know exactly what it does.
Fair.
For the reason
Okay.
she's the brains of the operation.
Gonna open this door. Again, like
Okay.
mage hand open, not standing directly in front of the doorway.
All right.
Just for Magnus to stand back a bit. Opens door.
Door opens.
Around. Yep.
Within the shadowy 10-foot square chamber is a circular platform 5 feet in diameter, and standing at the center, there's a circular platform 5 feet in diameter stands at the center. There is an altar against the north wall, and a golden idol 10 inches tall and shaped like a falcon stands atop the altar.
Golden.
You are seeing it radiate magic.
Okay. Okay. And of course, Adriel just walks straight inside.
Yep. Can I do a religion
Like,
check?
okay, we should be cautious about this. And okay, fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Do a religion check there, Adriel.
20.
Nice. You are not super familiar with the motif of a falcon, but you are aware that the Magi of Usmagaris used to, a very long time ago, revere birds as well as stars.
I'll relay that.
Okay. Okay. Do we want to, like, if you step back a bit, do we want to mage hand it up off the idol off the altar. Like we might even have to work together to do it if it's going to be heavy. But I'd rather you not be in the room when we pick it up, just in case.
You're very cautious, he says as he steps back out.
Yup, that is how I'm alive.
Blasted once today and learned its lesson.
Yep, nearly blasted once. I don't
Nearly
like to
blasted
be
once,
blasted
yes.
again. Yeah,
all right,
mage
so
hand, idle up.
The two of you use your mage hand. You lift up the falcon. It does take both of you. It is
Sure.
quite heavy due to the nature of the materials. Yeah, you do manage to lift it up. Nothing happens. Nothing explodes. Nothing comes out at you. It is still radiating magic. It doesn't look
Okay.
like a glyph of warding or anything like that to you. It looks as though the statue itself is radiating magic.
Okay. Do I recognize as it comes closer any kind of like the purpose of the magic, like the type of magic, or?
It would be similar to. I'm sorry, I only remember what the spell is called in 3.5.
That's
they
okay.
changed it in they changed it to like a multiple spell thing.
Okay.
Transmutation?
Okay.
Transmutation.
I guess I'll ask Garrett if he recognizes this. Gareth, even.
Oh, sorry. He says,
no idea. Never seen it before in my life.
Okay.
I'd like to insight check that.
Sure. Yeah, he's totally seen it before.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely like shoot Lenara a look because like we both know he said that he's 1,000 years old and he used to be in charge of this temple. So like I shoot you a look saying he's lying and there's something going on here.
Yeah. So my friend here is extremely good at telling when people are lying, and he's just told me that you are. So maybe try again with honesty. Lying to us is not a good way of keeping you with us.
All right,
Lying to
all
us is
right.
a good way of you ending up in a hole.
It's a holy symbol, okay? I was a priest of Usmagaris, a magi.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
That's one of our holy symbols.
Okay.
To be honest, I'd like to see it taken out of here and brought somewhere that isn't cursed and defiled.
So technically, like we're all working towards the same goal here. So if you're just honest with us, we won't die here, and you won't have to sit here covered in dust forever.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to trust. It's been a long time since I wasn't enmeshed with people who just wanted to use me for my powers.
So about that necklace.
Yeah. Tell us honestly what that necklace does. Like, we don't want you. We don't want you for your power. We want you for your information. And as long as you can give us good information, you can stay with us.
The necklace is a necklace that.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to put this in roleplay terms and not in like mechanics terms.
This necklace creates a bit of a safety net, if you will, around the person who wears it. It makes your skin a little bit tougher, your armor shines a little bit brighter, and you fare a bit better in combat.
So,
and you definitely didn't know that guy dangling from the chains in the other room, right?
I did not know the guy dangling from the chains, no.
And are there any side effects of wearing the necklace? Like,
not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
You know, if you keep up being this helpful, you may actually end up like being able to give lectures about stuff from
Yeah.
when you were around 1,000 years ago. Imagine talking to like rooms full of people about your life.
Sounds fun.
All right, so I guess we bundle up the holy item and into the sack it goes.
Yep, I think so.
Who bundles it up?
I probably will. It's I mean, it's my. I'm holding the bag of holding, and I will probably like when I come to like actually touch it with my hands, I will use like a cloth over my hand, and then bag it up.
Okay. Unfortunately, the cloth doesn't matter. As soon as you take possession of the idol, you find you can't put it in the bag of holding.
Oh.
You need to keep it with you.
I wanted to put this in the bag of holding, but I can't. And I couldn't tell you why.
How big is this thing?
It's I don't know, maybe a foot in width, and it's got like sort of spread wings. It's not huge.
I guess you got a new headpiece until you can figure out what to do with that. Unless you, how do you feel about giving it to Adriel? Does Adriel want to carry it?
I have no need for that.
I'm trying to find out if I can actually let go of it first.
Yeah, so like, is she trying or she can't? Do we see this, or she just doesn't want to, like, kind of thing?
It's kind of like a just you don't want to. Okay. You feel comfortable putting it in your backpack as long as your backpack is on your person at all times.
Okay.
It's
you
like
don't
Bilbo
feel comfortable.
in the ring.
So,
yeah.
So to us, it just looks like she's trying to figure out where to put it. Like, we don't see anything.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And she's saying, like, I want to put it in the bag, but I don't want to, and I can't tell you why. So, like, you know that it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
Just put it where it'll fit.
Okay, I'll put it in. I'll put it in my backpack then.
Okay, you put it in your backpack. Lunar, I'm going to send you a little whisper.
Okay.
Actually, let's just go into secrets for a second rather than me typing all that up.
Yep. Okay.
Well, that's going to be a problem later.
We don't know. We don't know. It's going to just look like she's confused. So it's like, put it where it fits. Who cares where you put it?
Jeez. I think Magnus is probably like sort of clued in. That's why he said, like, you know, Adriel, do you want it? Maybe she'll give it to you, just to see if she would even be willing to part with it at all.
Yeah, Adriel's not even thinking.
Yeah, no, I didn't think you would. It's not one of your gods. It's not a Gorm statue.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So like, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care.
Why he wouldn't want it.
And it's also why, like, Magnus wasn't particularly interested in it. It's not his god. So.
Yeah.
So how's everybody's week been? Or I guess weeks?
Not the greatest.
No.
Been really trying last 2 weeks. First, I crashed my car, so I had to get a new car.
I heard about that.
Yeah. And then,
sorry to hear that. Sucks.
One day I lost a friend who's been like friends with me for 30 years, so it's been a crazy week. Yeah.
My condolences. I've been there. It sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But we're playing D&D, so today's
thanks for coming back to a downer episode, guys. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I just left a voice chat in which I was told that I was hated. So
what?
Hey, you guys are just having a great week.
I told Nick what has happened, and he was like, "I hate you so much." I'm doing my job right. Okay, so Lunara has Lunara. What are you going to do with the statue? Do you want to expand on anything to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I think you see Lunara try and she puts it in her backpack. You see she kind of fumbles putting it there. She seems a little bit off balance all of a sudden for no apparent reason apart from this item.
All right, I'll do an insight check. Is everything okay? As I see you fumbling.
Something is not okay, and I couldn't tell you what.
Okay.
Gareth?
I'm trying to understand.
Do you have any insight on this?
No idea. I don't know what's going on, but maybe that necklace would help her. If she's not feeling well, she might need a little extra boost.
Is putting the necklace on gonna turn her into something else?
No.
Like, definitely not gonna turn her into an avatar of Uzmagarius or anything, right?
Definitely not going to turn her into an avatar of anything. Promise. I'd pinky swear, but I don't have any pinkies left.
If you're lying to us, I'm gonna rip your jaw off.
Yeah. No, not lying.
Do you think the idol is having some weird effect on her?
I mean, you do, don't you?
There's a real easy way to find out. Lunara, give me the idol.
She grudgingly she hands it over, but you can see she's kind of antsy about doing so and has her eyes on it constantly.
Does she let go of it?
She lets go, but her hand doesn't move back far.
Do I have any ill effects? No, okay. I'm gonna just to be a dick, I kind of take it and I throw it from hand to hand.
She her eyes follow it as you're doing that.
Yeah, okay.
Something's not right. We should destroy it.
Yeah. I've never seen her be this obsessed with an item. I mean, I haven't known you long, but I've never seen you be this focused on anything other than a book.
I don't know what it is about it. I just can't. I
think she should put the necklace on.
I really don't want to do that right now. I don't want to do that right now. I do not know what it does, and I don't want to find out until I've had a better chance to look at it.
Yes, I don't trust the skull. I would.
All right. Well, yeah. This is going to be a problem. I just hope you can focus when things hit the fan, and I'm going to hand you the idol back.
Well, perhaps we should just put the idol back in the room and close the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
That's not a thing I can do. Again, couldn't tell you why, but it's not a thing I can do.
Can I have the idol?
She, again, grudgingly hands it over, but, you can see her hands don't move far from it.
Does anything happen to me?
Nope. It's heavy, as you would expect from something made of gold. Surprisingly heavy for its size, but you don't feel any ill effects. You would have no problem, other than it's quite valuable, obviously, because it's gold. You'd have no problem tossing it away or doing whatever to it.
I don't want to give it back to her because I feel like it's done something to her.
It has, but it doesn't seem that we can make it undo anything. I could cast Remove Curse, but I only have one spell slot of 3rd level left. And at the moment, it seems detrimental, but it doesn't seem horrible.
Well, we don't know exactly what it's doing to her.
I mean, it seems obsessive, but as long as she's got it and it's safe, I don't see any reason why it would affect her further. But if the idol's put in jeopardy, then that's going to be a problem.
Adriel's like doesn't know what to do at this moment. I'm gonna test something, so I like kind of walk away from Lenara.
She immediately, like as soon as it gets to a certain distance away from her, she immediately is like following you.
I look at Magnus. This isn't normal, and I think we need Lenara to be herself.
I agree, but we also have 2 doors left to check here, and then we can figure out the plan from there. I think we just give it to her, we finish up with these 2 doors, get this star gem, and then we get her back to normal. Get the hell out of this temple and away from this place. Who knows? Maybe just leaving the temple, leaving a corrupted place, maybe that'll break the spell because the idol will feel safe.
Maybe it'll break this. If it's away from her a certain amount of feet.
I genuinely, like, as soon as you pulled it past a certain distance, it felt like there was a piece of string on it that I could not resist.
I think it has some kind of control over her.
I mean, gods do that.
If
it doesn't seem to be telling me to do anything, I just can't put it away.
So how does it feel to be an acolyte of Usmagarius, Lenara? Big fan?
I fucking hate it.
You hear that, Gareth? She doesn't really like your god.
I mean, he's not her god. Sorry, he's not his god anymore.
Sure, I love it, Usmagarius. Go, Usmagarius!
I look at Wei for like any input on on this situation.
Sorry, what is it? Was it a tiara or a crown or?
It's
a little like eagle statue. Yeah.
Oh, you're holding on to. Why don't you, Rat Luna? Why don't you hold it out? Hold it out like that.
Well, I'm holding it right now.
Oh, you're holding it. Why don't you hold that out like that? Yeah, Adrian.
Okay.
Okay.
Gonna take my sword out with the scabbard on, and just wind up.
It's
for a home run.
Lenara like puts herself in front of it. As soon as it looks like you're about to swing, she like puts herself in front of it.
Well, that's idea. It's bunk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just give it back to her. We figure this out in a little bit. Until then,
I'm looking at Magnus like, you don't care about this. Like, I don't understand.
I care greatly, but I'm afraid that if any of us do anything to this idol, she's gonna go Nova, and I'm in no position to stop her from going Nova right now.
Wait, what if she puts on a blindfold? She can't see it, right? And then we put it somewhere else.
I quickly put it under my robe so it's out of sight with her.
I like my eyes follow it. Like it's I know where exactly where it is.
Okay. I just want to see if it's like
line
of sight kind of thing. I have one thought, but it could end up really bad, and I don't know what else to do. Lenara, do you mind if I just hold it?
I mean, you're holding it currently. I would prefer it not be too far away from me.
My problem with that is she'll be distracted whilst we deal with other
but I feel like she'll
threats.
be distracted either way, even if she's holding it. I don't know.
Yeah, but if she's holding it, at least she can protect it, quote unquote. Whereas
I
if
would
you're holding
prefer it not be in your bag. I would prefer it be closer to me.
Okay.
I think going forward, she doesn't touch anything else in this temple.
Okay, well, I have Magnus, so I'm just like, I just give in. I say, okay.
All right. Well, I've got one last idea.
I just say here, and I hand it back to her.
One last idea. How do we feel? 2 words. Brain damage.
Yours or mine?
I'm just saying, if we can scramble the grey matter in your skull, maybe the influence will leave you.
You're not good at magic, are you?
No, I'm not. What do you think?
I would prefer you not try and do that. I'd like to continue having a personality and being able to still cast spells.
Yeah, I'm not
At this
saying
point,
give
Magnus.
No, hold on. I'm not advocating lobotomy. I'm just gonna give a quick few wraps around your heads.
Magnus is like tapping his chin. He's like, no, he's got a point. It worked with me and that ghost.
See, memory loss is the. We're only talking about memory loss. We're not talking about loss of basic functions. Yeah, you still be able to go toilet.
Let's not try. Let's not try that. I would definitely prefer you not try that.
How about we reserve that option for later? If we don't come up with anything else, I just give her the old conk on the back of the head with the mace, and then I bring her back right after we hide it.
That only works in the picture books. That doesn't work in real life.
I mean, worst case, I go a little too hard, and then I just, cure wounds. Boom.
No.
Bada bing, bada boom, you're back.
No, we've got perfectly high pillars here. Yeah, you just climb up and then you just jump off. It's because nobody is at fault here.
I mean, no, that sounds awful. Let's not do that.
Oh, come on, I've jumped off of trees all the time when I was small.
Yeah, and that explains gestures at you entirely. That explains that. Look at me. Guess how many trees I've climbed and jumped off of in my entire life.
Well, you look half dead, so I assume at least one.
You'd be wrong. It's not happening.
That's what I get. Opening me big mouth.
If you feel something is wrong, Lenora, please let us know.
Yeah, that's the problem. I feel like something is wrong permanently, and I could not tell you what it is.
Can you just put it away at least?
Yeah, she puts it in her backpack.
Last thing we want is outlaws to think we're a prize.
They can try.
I mean, Magnus just looks at the group and goes like, "You really imagine bandits would be dumb enough?"
Yes, it does. I mean, have you seen the environments we're in?
Yeah, but they'd be more likely to try and kill us for water than for the big gold statue.
Which they can pawn off for water.
All right, well, let's
All right, so
then.
Yeah, let's check these other two doors. Lunara, don't touch anything anymore.
Sure, mage hand it is.
And then on the way out, I'm going to quickly stop and see our friend in chains.
No, don't use the magic. Use this. I'm gonna give her my scabbard. Just use this. Because if you mess around with that magic stuff again, we don't know what happened next. Because we don't know if your little hand is connected to you or whatnot, you know?
Mage hand has been pretty safe so far. Like, nothing happened with this thing until I actually touched it, as far as I can tell. So, like, I didn't have the compulsions until I touched this thing. So she's gonna absentmindedly mage hand open the door at the other end of at the end of the hallway.
Okay. Much to your chagrin or pleasure, I don't know. What you see here is another shadowy 10-foot square room, another 5-foot diameter platform in the center, another altar against the wall, and another idol. This one is platinum with jeweled eyes. The idol is that of a monkey with its paws over its ears.
Okay, hold on. I got a plan. I'm going to take my backpack off, go put the backpack open in front of it, and back up and be like, all right, now somebody just shove it in. Like, just from afar.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Mage handed in, but...
Lenara didn't touch the last one, and it did something to her. I feel like if you just have it, it's going to do something to you.
Hey, I remember something about that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way into the rest of the temple. You gotta push in the gem in its eye.
I look up at it and I made Chan push the gems in. Just to see if
Okay.
he's telling the truth.
So,
Really hoping my backpack doesn't ignite and flame in there.
I need you. Okay. First of all, there is a scraping noise and a secret door is
Hey.
revealed and opens.
It
The
speaks
other
truth.
thing I need is, Sev, can you please make me a wisdom saving? Hang on.
Really? Me, Chan?
Yep.
It's not safe after all, Lenara.
Don't
So,
you wish
a
you
wisdom
listened to
saving
old
throw?
Uncle Wayne? Huh?
Sorry, I'm checking right now. It would be
I'm
a
not good
yes,
at
a wisdom
those.
saving throw, please.
Oh boy. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Give myself advantage. Wisdom save. That's 1. An 11.
Please join me in secret.
Oh God. Whose fault is this? Secrets. All right.
Oh my god, I'm kind of happy that you failed this. I'm so sorry.
I'm not happy either.
No, I am happy.
Oh.
You are going to polymorph into a monkey.
Oh my God.
The effect will last 1 hour. And I need you to roll a percentile die to see if you retain your memories as yourself. So please roll me a D100.
45.
You retain your memories.
Oh boy, but I can't talk, right? Because monkeys can't talk.
You cannot talk. You are a monkey. You can do like
Okay.
signs and things.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm gonna leave you to describe how that happens to the rest of the group.
Okay.
Okay, back to general.
All right. Okay, so you see, he mage hands the eyes in, the door opens, but then you just hear Adriel make this weird kind of noise. And you look at him and he like grabs his throat, but then he just starts you hear his body start crunching, and he just morphs into this monkey, and he's like,
Guys, I'm actually starting to think maybe this necklace is needed to be able to fuck around with any of these statues. I know you don't want to take the risk, but he's a monkey.
He's a monkey. I mean, he's cute now.
It may be an improvement.
So,
it may be an improvement, but I don't know if it can cast spells.
I'm looking at my body and I'm looking at my hands, and I'm making that monkey noise again.
Lenara will message you and go, Adria, you still in there? You can reply to this.
I mean, can I DM? Because
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Because I retain...
Wait. With message, do you have to whisper?
I think you do.
Whisper a message. Cast a spell.
It's verbal, isn't it?
Yeah, they can reply in a whisper that only you. I mean,
yeah. So you have to whisper basically back and forth.
So I just go. I don't know how a monkey sounds, but yeah.
Huh. That's really fucking weird.
Wait.
You know what? Okay.
Right.
Wait. What kind of monkey is he?
Adriel, that's on you.
I mean,
anything but a chimp. Anything but a chimp. Don't be a chimp.
Well, chimps are apes.
Yeah. I guess I'd be a Reese's monkey. Like they're
Reese's
just, they're like desert dwelling, aren't they?
They're just
ish.
They're a good 2 feet tall, maybe 3 feet. No, 2 feet. They're small.
None of this matters. What matters is Adriel. Adriel, look at me. Can you still cast spells?
I try it. You see my hands do like the somatic, but I guess nothing would happen because I can't speak.
I mean, if it doesn't have verbal components, you probably can.
Now let me see if I have any. Verbal.
Yeah, that's
no.
That is a verbal. I don't know about.
Next question, Airdrie. Do you have a proclivity towards bananas now?
I put up my hand and then I get like sad.
I mean, the titleless session is definitely going to be called Monkey Business now. I mean, it has to be.
I guess with all my spells, there is one that I might be able to cast, but I can't cast it now.
Oh my god.
I mean, at this point, it can't possibly hurt to give him the necklace, right? It can't get worse.
I'm like, ah! And I put my hands up, no, saying no, I don't want it.
Okay, Linara will, kind of sighing, put on the necklace and see what happens. Today can't get worse, except when it can. Fuck it, let's find out.
Stop saying things can't get worse.
I know they can. I know fully that they can. I know you.
Necklace, you put on the Linara. Linara, you put on the necklace. It sits around your neck for a moment. It's quite pretty. And then suddenly it tightens around your neck. You are unable to breathe.
Oh god.
The necklace of strangulation takes
you. Perfect.
I like jump on. Yeah, your monkey jumps on her like I'm trying to pull it off her neck.
let's roll initiative to sort out what order things happen in.
Okay. Oh my god.
This is great. I'm ripping that skull's jaw off for sure.
Oh, I think the tracker thing has to be on the right.
Oh, it's on. The turn order is on.
Oh.
Is it? I do not see it.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
You don't see
I
the
was going to say, I think your APIs
No.
crashed earlier because my health never updated, despite the fact that it added.
Let me update the API first of all. It shouldn't prevent you guys from rolling initiative, though. And I don't know why you can't see the turn tracker.
I can now.
Oh, you can now? Good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Adriel
I see Lunar in it. Adriel is not in it. Adriel, I will add you. And you can just go ahead and change your initiative there. And Chang, we just need you to roll initiative, please. It doesn't say the APIs. Oh, I'm still showing your token, Magnus, at 41 out of 55 hit points.
Oh, so maybe it's on my end then, because mine just says 38 out of 55. But when I click on it, it comes up as 41. So I'll just refresh.
Yeah, maybe just refresh. That is, there is a funny thing that's been happening with the tokens lately. Probably due to all these changes.
Oh, there you go. It's up to date now. I wonder if it was also because I popped my character sheet out.
That could...
Oh, maybe. That's interesting.
I popped my character sheet out too.
I don't know, because I don't usually... I run with everything on the Roll20 screen because I have all my PDFs and crap up on the other. So I don't know if that influences it or not. That's interesting, though. I'm going to throw on battle music just because it's not combat, but it kind of feels like it. Actually, before we start, do we need a break, or are you guys good still?
Maybe after this.
Yeah, I'm good to... Yeah, maybe after this.
Okay, let's do that. So Wei, you are the first to see this necklace tightening around Lunara's neck. She's scrabbling at it, and she's doing that horrible thing where, like, you can see that she's trying to, like, call out for help, and it's so constricted her airflow that she can't even scream for help.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Hooded Lantern. I'm gonna dip some of my fingers into the oil into the lantern oil. I'm gonna try to slip it in between the necklace and her neck.
Interesting. Give me a... so this is going to take your action to sort of like oil up the necklace a little bit. You do feel like it's helped. She's still gasping for air, but the checks that I'm going to have you guys make, you will now be making an advantage thanks to the oil. Very clever way.
Yeah, thank you.
So that was your action. Do you have any bonus actions you want to take away?
No.
I mean, you're not going to like flurry of blows her. All right, Lunara, what are you trying to do?
Just having a look through my abilities quickly, just to see if I've got anything. Just see what I have. Meta magic wise, quickened and distant. Neither of those help. Fuck. I was hoping I'd taken subtle spell because then I could have done something. She's probably just kind of trying to pull against it, trying to like get something against. She can't really speak, so I can't do a verbal spell.
Yeah.
And I have a verbal
similar
spell that would help,
too.
but yeah. So I guess she's just trying to like pull against it, try and get some air up so that she can like get to at least the point where she can speak.
Okay.
And maybe like getting Quoth to kind of help her do it as well.
So go ahead and give me a strength check, please. You can have advantage
good.
thanks to the oil that Wei has put around the necklace.
Okay. So that is a 15, so that's a 13, thanks to what we discussed earlier.
Right. Unfortunately, that is not enough. You can't get your fingers in behind it, and you're pulling at it, but you're just scratching at your neck at this point.
Sure. That's all I can do then.
Okay, Adriel, I'm just looking for stats to give you because your strength no longer applies. It would be the monkey's strength.
It's an 8.
It's an 8. Did you look up?
I looked up like a flying monkey or a Bluetooth monkey, so yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, okay.
So I hop up on her shoulders, my tail like wraps around her shoulder to give me more balance, and I try to rip the necklace apart using my little monkey string.
All right, go ahead and give me, and again, advantage because you're actually able to get your fingers in there thanks to the oil.
So it's funny because my strength is the same as the monkey. -1.
Awesome. So yeah, just roll your own strength.
A 13.
Not enough.
So I'm trying. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right, Magnus.
And I'm like,
Magnus definitely just goes, balls. Gareth, we're going to have a proper talk in a minute, and I'm going to cast Remove Curse on the... oops, there you go.
Affecting one creature.
On the necklace.
I was going to say, if you touch... Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you touch
I just grab the necklace pendant and cast Remove Curse.
Okay, you grab the necklace pendant, cast Remove Curse, and the necklace falls off into your hand.
And yeah, she like yeets it down the corridor. She just fucking throws it as far away as she can.
Gareth, the skull is cackling. He's like...
I jump.
I would like to smash all of its teeth in.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. If he has the skull first, yeah, then he smashes its teeth in.
I just take it in my hand and I nose first right into the wall.
Okay, you take him and you smash him into the wall, and he bounces off.
Well, that answered a lot of questions. I'm really sorry about that, Lunara. Don't listen to any advice from me anymore.
No. Advice from you, fine. Advice from him can go fuck itself.
As a monkey, I grab the skull and I like slamming it down on the stone floor like a rock.
I'm picturing, when the monkeys are like jumping up and down and like flailing.
Exactly. That's what he's doing. He's like
The skull just kind of like bounces off. Like you don't seem to be able to harm it. Although he doesn't like it, he's yelling, "Stop it! Stop it.
Yeah.
Someone take it away from the monkey! Take me away from the monkey!"
No, you tried to hurt me.
You just wait. You're gonna
literally...
make a really good. Well, monkeys do have to go sometimes, you know.
Mm.
No, don't look. I'm sorry. All right.
No, that was your trust. You all the trust we had for you, you've just burned.
Oh, no one was hurt.
Fucking excuse me.
I mean, you weren't. You're fine.
Adriel, can I have the skull, please?
I hand it up to her.
Shocking grasp repeatedly.
He seems very uncomfortable. It doesn't kill him, but it does seem to be quite unpleasant.
And then kind of pulls it close to her face and says, "You are gonna spend some time in an extra dimensional space for a couple of days to think about what you did. Consider it the naughty corner. Bye-bye."
No, but
Bag of holding.
He's like yelling, and then as you close the bag of holding, like the room gets quiet again.
Blessed silence.
You know, I might have a use for him later. I think I might be able to get him turned into a really good flail.
I was gonna say, well, you could like attach him to your hammer, just like put him on the end of your hammer.
Well, I was just thinking like a nice long stick with some chain attached to the skull, and you just swing it around. A lot of joy.
All right, let's not be needlessly cruel here.
He attempted to just strangle one of our compatriots. I never thought something without hands would be able to strangle something, but
we've already locked her in a timeout corner. We don't need to torture it. Now we have to for that matter, we have to solve the fact that Adrian now
is a monkey. That is a problem.
Quite literally, we'll be flinging shit. We'll be flinging shite very soon.
And I have no remove curses left. That was the only one I had. Sorry.
I could potentially try dispel magic. It might require a skill roll to try and unpick it. It might require some ability to unpick the magic, but I might be able to get it back. Depends on whether or not you'd prefer to have a monkey or Adriel.
Well,
what I'm really quite surprised about is the fact that he is. I mean, like, he's a god. What kind of magic turns a god into a monkey? I don't think dispel magic will do it.
All right.
Your delusions come back to bite you.
Yeah.
Should we figure out after our break?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's take our break here, and we'll meet back at 10 past the hour, and we will pick up with you guys deciding whether or not you prefer Adriel as a god or a monkey.
Wow.
It might not even be a matter of what we prefer. It might just be what we're stuck with.
All right.
All right, take 10, guys.
Bye.
All right, see you in 10.
and retransform Adriel out of his monkey shape and back into his human shape. You're not entirely sure if you can. You were talking about maybe using a dispel magic, which does not always work on curses.
Yeah, it can't be guaranteed to work on higher level spells, especially if it's something like polymorph that's been cast on him. What do we want to do? Do we want to try it, or do we want to just wait until we take a rest and then you've got more spells to play with, Magnus?
I mean, he's gonna be real angry if we don't at least try, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair point. Okay. Lunara kind of like kneels down in front of him, like you're kneeling in front of a child, and then is going to cast dispel magic. See if we can remove it.
Okay, and this is at level 3, right?
Yep, because it's the only level I got.
Okay. So I am going to need a spellcasting level check, please.
Okay, so it's a ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Does guidance work for this?
It is an ability check, so
yeah, so it should, yeah.
I would have guided if I figured that was going to be a thing.
Yeah, you can absolutely use guidance on this.
Okay, yeah, I would definitely make you aware that that's what happens. So charisma check.
Nice.
That is a 21. I didn't roll the d4 on top of that because it doesn't automatically do it.
Your other thing still applies.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm including that in the
in the calculations.
Oh, so that is a 21.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah, so that's a 21. That is enough, and the spell is broken. Adriel, describe to us what happens.
I'm like making my noises, and as I turn back, I'm just like, I'm gonna kill that skull. And then we're back, and I look at I touch my body again. I look at it, and I look at Lunara, and I say, "Thank you."
Anytime, my friend.
Now, should we destroy that skull before it causes any more problems?
We tried to punish it.
Yeah,
we weren't actually able to damage it, so
pretty resilient.
He is in the bag of holding presently, so he can't bother us.
He's not going to be able to like chew up a bunch of our good stuff that's in there, is he?
I don't think so. I think they should be separate.
Oh God.
You can do an Arcana check, Lunar, if you'd like to kind of figure out how bags of holding work.
Yeah, I think it is just
Arcana.
One space.
So 17?
Yeah. So you would be aware that with a bag of holding, it is its own extra dimensional space, and everything is stored together within it, which is why they have a limit. Because even though it's not infinite, that's why they're like yes, there's a pocket of space floating out there somewhere that has all of your bag of holding stuff in it. Fun fact:
pocket of the
ethereal plane, I think.
Ethereal plane, yeah.
Yeah, I ran part of a campaign within the ethereal plane, and the players came across the pocket dimension that was someone's bag of holding.
Funny.
It's pretty fun. They had no idea what was happening.
How did you describe it from the outside?
Well, they sort of like they didn't know it was there, and then they walked through into it.
Oh, okay.
Because they were in the ethereal plane, and so just all of a sudden they were just surrounded by all this like random crap, including like a dead goblin body, because everyone always has a dead goblin inside of their bag of holding.
I haven't checked to see if there's one in mine.
Good rule of thumb is the second you get a bag of holding, you turn it inside out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah, so you are aware that the skull is in there with all of your items. You are also aware that the skull is an ambulatory, so it's got a limited reach as to what it can chew.
Oh God, if he gets a short saw between his teeth.
So we could always just like wrap some cloth around it so he can't open his jaw.
Hmm.
That could
I
be a
think
problem for
actually
later.
Lunara. Yeah, I think Lunara is going to kind of reach into the bag of holding, find the skull, and kind of pull it out and be like, "Okay, you've had a little time out. Have you learned at least something?
Yes.
And what have you learned?"
Not to betray you.
Pretty sure that's a lie. He just learned that we're harder to kill than he thought.
No insight check needed there.
Mm.
I mean, I did tell you about the secret door.
You did, but you also told me to put on something that tried to kill me.
I did do that. Yes.
They kind of balance each other out.
In fairness, the necklace did look good on you until it started trying to kill you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded had it not tried to kill me.
I mean, I didn't. It was just a lie of omission. I did tell you it would look nice on you, and I was right.
Yeah.
And the good news is you're now immune to it trying to strangle you from now on.
Oh, good for me. It's also like over here somewhere, so it's definitely not strangling me from over there.
Ooh, maybe we should take that and give it to somebody we don't like.
Maybe we should throw it into the Calatharius pit, see if he strangles himself. And then the problem solves itself.
That would be nice.
Quoth, you know what to do. He goes and like very carefully grabs it by the pendant, and then goes and like drops it into the pit.
Okay. Quoth goes, grabs the pendant, drops it into the pit. The pit does its thing. And you don't know what happens after that.
Cool. I guess we'll find out eventually if Calatharius finds it and goes, "Oh, that looks nice."
Yeah,
Do I look pretty? He says, putting it on.
Game over, guys. Everyone.
Yes.
Stuff.
Mission complete.
Our luck. We're gonna wander by some random pit fiend that's just dead in the middle of the desert with the necklace on. Like, oh, well, shit.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so do we want to open this one other door before we continue on?
Yes, but I'd like one of you to open this this door that's not me.
I got it. I will open said door.
Okay. You open said door. And we are at... this is a 10-foot square room that forms a tableau of despair. I love the writing in these old models. There is a man manacled against the furthest wall, struggling weakly. Before him, just out of reach, stands a small, beautiful table laden with delicious food. From a goatskin bag suspended from the ceiling, a continuous stream of wine pours in a crimson arc to the floor, and an oil lamp hangs from the ceiling at one side, its glow lighting the entire room.
A gesture for Lunara to come over and be like, how much is it of this is magical?
I have a look. I'm guessing most of it.
Yeah. Let me see. The wine is streaming from a... The wine and the food are not magical. The container that the wine is pouring from, this goatskin container, is magical.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell by the fact that it's fairly small and yet is just pouring wine endlessly. And the nothing else in the room that you see is magical.
So the person's not magical. The person's like real.
The person is real.
Oh no. I have to go in and help him. Sure. I really don't want to go into this room.
I can mage hand down the wineskin, if you so wish.
Sure. But I'm more worried about the manacled guy. I'll call out to him. Does he acknowledge us? Does he?
He does. He says, so hungry. Can you hear that, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if my mic was cutting it out.
Lunara kind of looks to you and says, if we do let him down, like, try and make sure he doesn't eat too much in one go. Like, that's a surefire way of dying if you go crazy with food after starvation.
Look, I'm really... I think I've learned my lesson about this place. There's something fucky about this room, so I'm going to get you...
Isn't it just?
to mage hand my water skin to him for a drink.
Okay, yep, I can do that. I will mage hand the water skin over to him. And kind of proffer it up to his lips.
Here, I'll put a token on for him here. Here we go. He says, "Oh, thank you," as he like drinks thirstily from it. And it seems to help him. And he says, "More."
Careful now.
No, definitely not more. Definitely not more. I mean, we're gonna ask some questions. Yeah, like, who are you? How'd you end up here?
Yeah. So, he says, my name is Barius Broadblade.
Mm-hmm.
I was the commander of the organization that is just across the oasis from this group.
Ah.
I was overpowered.
Got it.
The a-holes. I was overpowered by a group of them. It brought me down here, and I was tortured by this woman.
I'm going to gesture for the zombie to come over. Like this one?
He like flattens himself against the wall. Yes! Get her away! Get her away!
I'll gesture for her to go away. Okay, yeah, no, she goes.
Yep, don't worry, she can't hurt you anymore. That isn't happening. I will also like mage hand him some food. I'll pick something that's like not going to absolutely fuck him up for.
No, I mean, I would say not
duration.
even from the plate in there. Like, I'll give rations.
Oh yeah, our rations would be a reasonable way of doing it. Yeah,
because at least we know that's where that came from and what it is.
Yeah, true.
Okay, you feed him some rations. I mean, he's still manacled to the wall, but he eats with the help of Mage Hand, and he says, "Thank you." He eats. I mean, obviously he's starving. You can see that it's probably been 3 days since he has eaten. And he sort of like he sighs and just kind of like leans back against the wall and says, "Thank you so much."
Should we try and let him down?
I'm gonna go in, but it's gonna take a minute because I leave my shield, I leave my mace, and I take off my armor. And I just take a crowbar with me in there.
Okay.
Because this way, if anything happens and I get mind controlled, I'm a lot easier to hit.
Yeah. Good shout.
And I just say, like, if anything goes wrong, give me the old crowbar to the back of the head trick.
This is where the bonk happens.
This is where the bonk happens. and I will move into the room and attempt to, like, I'm not good with lockpicks, so I'm just going to try and wrench the manacles out of the wall.
Sure. Go ahead, give me a strength check, please, with advantage thanks to your crowbar.
Perfect. That's what I was going to ask. Strength check. I'm not particularly strong. I will guide myself.
Okay.
I don't think it added my...
Hell yeah.
Good roll.
And a 1.
23. Yeah, you have no problem. You pry these manacles away from the wall. They're still attached to his wrists, obviously. You can see that there's like sores where the manacle was attached, but he sort of comes down off the wall and he says, "Thank you so much. We have to warn them. They're going to kidnap her."
Her?
Yes, the fiance of the son of the, I forget what his name is, the leader basically of Bralazar.
Oh, interesting. What the other organization?
How long ago did they leave to do that?
Well, I found out about the plot 3 days ago, so around 3 days ago.
I need a long rest and I can use sending.
Okay. That's good. I'm going to mage hand down. Yeah, I'm going to mage hand down the water, like the pouch that's dropping wine out and then take a look at it.
Okay. It appears to be, I mean, a endless flask, endless decanter kind of deal, just based on the fact that it was pouring water endlessly. There is, like I said, there is magic on the wineskin.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in the bag of holding if I can.
Sure.
Yay. I have that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe come along with us, I guess. We'll once we've had a rest, we can contact someone and get some extra security for the for the fiance of the son of the dude.
There's a logging pole. He says, yes, that's a good idea. They may have already gone ahead with their plans. I don't know where they would have taken her. They tried to hire us.
Well,
I said no. That's why they brought me here.
Who tried to hire you? Sorry.
The cultists, I suppose you could call them, who live here.
Oh, an awful lot of them are now out of the picture.
Good. They worship an evil demon.
Very dead. Yep, they lived by the demon. They died by the demon.
I mean, I have pretty good survival. How long would it normally take to get from here back to Bralazar?
Probably about 3 days.
Damn.
Okay, shit. Well, I guess we need to start our rest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have much other choice. Maybe we take this guy back to his. Oh, but then we have to go back through the camp of whatever's left of the cultists because I don't think they all.
Maybe we just camp. Maybe we just camp out back in the room in the acolytes' quarters. There were 3 beds in there.
Do we have to worry about anybody coming up here to worship?
Doubtful. The most active ones got.
They all jumped through the portal. Yeah.
Yeah, the most active ones went through the portal.
You do know that there are some up at top. You're not sure how many are left. Chances would be fairly high that they would come down to worship at some point, or come down to investigate why no one's come back up.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
We go back up. We either sneak through or dispatch the ones up top. Go to the other camp because there's a bunch of soldiers at that camp and we just saved one of them. And maybe we all assault this temple.
Do you have allies back in your camp?
Yes, my men. As long as I suspect I know who has taken over from me. But there is a way to my camp through this temple. I didn't know you could get there from here, but that door, he says, pointing to where the monkey was, on the other side of that is access to my camp.
Okay.
And if we close that door behind us, I do not think the cultists know about it either.
Okay. That seems like a reasonable...
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Any other ideas?
I have none.
Okay. Well, in that case, I got to go back into this room here and deal with this skeleton on the wall.
Sure.
Because it's just not kosher. It's not sitting well with Magnus. So he's going to come in here. He's going to pray for a couple minutes, and then he's just going to sacred flame it until it is gone.
Awesome. Yeah, it doesn't take long. You deal with it and put the creature out of its misery, and it is just a charred pile of bones by the time you're finished.
At which point, a gesture like, "Hey, somebody want to get those gold bands?"
I was just about to say this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's there these bands on it? I'll mage hand them away.
Would one of them fit on Magnus's bicep?
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, if nobody objects, he would like one. Where's a
I
torque?
would be cautious. Like, are they? Am I detecting any magic on it?
You do not detect any magic on the armbands.
Okay, then sure.
Sweet. So I'll put on a gold torque. I'm just gonna put it on the character sheet. Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I will give you a value for it. If I can find my page again. Sorry, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you shortly.
Yeah. No rush.
And there was
I just found it.
There was 2 of them?
There's 2 of them.
They're
Yes, he had one.
Plain, simple gold bands?
They're plain, simple arm rings.
Okay.
So I guess they technically do go on your biceps, but they're kind of dangling on the skeleton where they were. Because
like both of them, and I hand the other one to Magnus as well.
Magnus definitely seems surprised by that and says, if you wouldn't mind."
No, and he hands it to you.
Oh man, big changes for Adriel here.
Well, unless you didn't just want one.
No. I think it's a matching set. How does it look? And
exactly.
he just starts like flexing with the torques on.
They look splendid.
All right, let's go get a bit of a rest so I can send an emergency SOS to my mentor in Prelazar.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so the leader of the group here, I'm going to put his name in chat for you here. It's Barius Broadblade. Or Barris. That is his name. And he sort of says, "This way, follow me."
Okay.
And sort of brings you down through here.
I'm going to close the door behind us.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Yeah. I'm going to describe what you see, just so you know. So up ahead of you in this area here, this room is completely filled with spider webs, with the exception of a path to an arched opening to the north. And he says, we never go this way. There is another door over here, and the room in beyond the cobweb room, I think most of you can probably see too. And that is it's just a dark chamber. You can't see much beyond that from your current vantage point, but you do see a door at the other end.
Okay.
But he is indicating that the way you would go to his area would be through the door to the south here.
Okay.
Just remember to let me go first. I'm the only one out of all of us that won't drop like a sack of potatoes. Which way are we going?
To the door to the south, I think.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so you open the door to the south.
As a shovel.
It does have a shovel.
There's 2 shovels.
Oh, man, we just hit the jackpot. Get some shovels in here.
Yeah, I know you're being sarcastic and all that, but yeah, shovels. Socks.
I mean, I'm not really. Like,
I'm telling
you, socks and shovels. They do. You got to bury some stuff in the middle of the desert. Shovel.
You dig something up.
So when you open this area, this is obviously a bit of an excavated area, although it is excavated in a square-like fashion. It is the ceiling is covered with decorative web of spider silk. There are silk tapestries that hang on the rough-hewn walls and show spiders amid decorative patterns. There's a rich-looking bed covered with silks and furs that stand against the opposite wall. Am I reading thing for this? The picture does not look like the area, and I just oh no, I am not reading the right area. Ignore that, please.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where we are. I'm so lost. I put the wrong number on here, and now I'm just confused.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's okay. I found it.
Mm-hmm.
There are 7 figures that lie huddled over in the corner here. This room, you can see that there's a bit of an excavation at the back. And these 7 figures are goblins.
Huh.
It occurs to me that this group is slavers, so I'm going to turn to Broadblade and be like, are these yours?
He says, yes, they're the workers that work down here.
Right, let's.
And the goblins sort of like wake up, but when they see Barris here, he says, continue on, you are permitted to continue your rest. And they say,
oh, so we, yes, master. Thank you, master.
And he sort of strides through without giving them much more of a look.
Treating people like that, not bueno.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I really don't like the fact that we saved a slaver, but I couldn't just let him die there like that. That's a terrible way to go. I suppose, we did save him. Perhaps he can be our slave and experience what that's like.
I beg your pardon.
I wouldn't want to treat someone like that, though. You'd have to be a real asshole to treat someone like that.
Yeah. Chains and ropes are only for the bedroom. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Nice.
Way
and I push Magnus's shoulder, and I'm like,
he ignores a lot of you, and he goes through this tunnel here. Oops, Daisy, I made him big. That was an accident.
You're welcome.
Just got him biggened.
He just got him biggened.
The Durgar. Interesting.
Sorry, how many of these goblins were there? There were 7?
I think 5.
5. I will.
Oh, sorry, you're right. 7.
Okay, 7. On my way through, God, I'm so generous. I produced 7 cigarettes.
Wow.
Yeah, 1 each.
Damn.
Cutting into my reserves.
You give us these gift?
Yeah, well, I mean, you deserve it. I mean, honestly, you deserve a lot more than that, but that's what I have to give at the moment.
You gobbo friend. You need us? We come.
I will kind of like put a hand on that one shoulder and be like, thank you, but I hope I never need to call for you.
Me too, but just know, friend of Gobbo's.
All right, let's go rest at this slave camp, I guess.
So coming down into the room where you're following Barris, this is a storage room. There are crates and whatnot. You pass through what looks like an expansion of tunnels, and Barris sort of explains where they're excavating to see if they can find any more ruins that they can basically plunder. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure Lunara loves that.
Oh man, it's like a old-timey museum coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you do see some of the items that are in here in this storage room. Some of it is like food and supplies, and other things are items that they have plundered from the temple that they are presumably going to sell off to the highest bidder.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through this way and he says, there's someone, oops, daisy, I've done it again. There is someone we should speak to before we go up top. I will not be met with open arms. It was one of my compatriots betrayed me, and so we will need to find someone who will be on my side and aid me before we continue.
Does anything in this room stand out to me?
Go ahead and give me a quick investigation look. Oh, there are also 3 bugbears in this room, but they're like guards, and they see him and they just allow you guys to pass.
Oops.
I'm glad you mentioned the
14.
bugbears, because I would have told Lunara, like, hang back and see if there's anything worth grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
14.
You see that there are there's a couple of like little statues and things, some little silver stars and an idol of Usmagaris. They look old. And they're kind of like thrown in a box full of like straw, basically for packaging, but the lid is off of them, so they haven't been packaged up yet. Nothing Gorm-centric.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. That's why he just keeps walking.
Okay. Yeah, this door he opens and heads on through. And this is, let me find the right place here. You see a drow standing here. As I could put him on the map. He is, looks like he's standing guard. It is a male drow, and he is wearing it's a generic drow. He's looking. He's sort of standing there. He's standing guard. He's got the typical scimitar. He's got the very dark skin with the white hair. He's wearing decent armor. He looks like he knows what he's doing. There we go. And he sort of nods at Barris as Barris approaches and says, "Who do you bring with you, Barris? You've been missing. Things have changed." And Barris sort of says, "I was captured by the cult, and we need to talk with your mistress." And he says, "One moment," and he disappears for a moment, and he comes back, and he says, "She says she will speak with you."
In that brief moment when he's gone and it's just Barris,
Yes.
I will address Broadblade. Can you explain to me why you had to be rescued by 4 random explorers when you have a small army of people who, I mean, I realize you were betrayed, but surely there's somebody here who you were friends with.
I do not know that they knew where I was taken. At least I hope that is the reason. I'm banking on being able to trust these people, but I am not certain of it.
Right. Okay.
The drow tend to stay out of our affairs. They will go with whoever is in charge at the time. They have no time for us, as it were.
And just, sorry, your relationship with the drow?
They're business partners.
Magnus just kind of like knowingly nods his head. That tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you would all be aware that drow are known as slavers as well, and so it kind of tracks that, like, the drow are here to get slaves and bring them back to the Underdark. And so out comes a female drow. She is just scary. She wears a spider pendant around her neck. She is dressed in scale mail. And there is just something about her that absolutely gives you the heebie-jeebies. And Barris introduces her. And her name, I have lost, is Zomara. You gotta love drow names. They always start with Z. And Barris says, "This is Zomara. Zomara, I would like to introduce you to some recent acquaintances of mine." And he introduces the group. And they have a brief conversation, basically, in which he says that, he was kidnapped by the cultists. He is aware that he was betrayed, and that most likely, and he was. There's another person who has taken over the camp up above. And he asks for her help. And she says no. She says, we will work with whomsoever is in charge, but at the moment you are not, and I see no reason to risk myself and my men. Do you guys interject at all, or do you kind of let things stand?
I think we're gonna wait for Broadblade to come over to us. I think we need to have a team huddle real quick and find out some information about who he suspects has replaced him and their political affiliations.
Sure. So she heads back and disappears. The drow stands guard, and he comes over and says, "Well, it was worth a try."
Also, just on a scale of like 1 to Calicatharis, how scary was the drow?
I mean, she definitely wasn't Calicatharis, but okay. She was just creepy, kind of looking at you like you were a bug. Very and no concern with like all of you guys are pretty well armed, pretty decent magic users. You come across as a pretty intimidating group. She didn't even bat an eye.
Confidence.
Out of curiosity,
very sexy.
Out of curiosity, Barris, what made you think that would work?
I had hoped. We have had some positive encounters as with business, and I was hoping that she would prefer me in charge of the slaves than my counterpart.
I definitely feel like at the mention of positive relations, Magnus just looks at Way and does the eye waggle.
Like, maybe you could have offered her something to sweeten the deal in her side, because like at the moment you have nothing to give her. You're at the the lower end of the power scale.
Indeed, I was hoping that our maybe it hasn't been long enough. I am certain that the quality of slaves that she receives from my counterpart will not be as high.
Do slavers actually care about quality, or are they about quantity?
I like to think of myself as a businessman who provides a high level of quality. I make sure that the slaves are fed and watered, that they are strong and capable of good labor. It's useless to buy a scrawny slave who's starving and thirsty. What good will they do? They'll just drop dead on you in a moment.
Well, it depends on what you're using them for. You can send them ahead to look for traps. Doesn't really matter how healthy they are then.
That's true. And then my counterpart slaves are what you want. But if you want someone who is a little bit more dependable, then you come to me.
At this point, I look over his shoulder at the drow and be like, "Hey, what kind of slaves do you get? Like, what are you using your product for?"
He raises an eyebrow at you. Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll, please.
Gee, I'm not charismatic. Yeah.
He says, "That is none of your business, human."
Human? Do I look human to you?
Oh, sorry, you're not a human.
How long you been down in the Underdark?
That is none of your business, surface dweller.
Right. Can you tell us a bit about who you suspect took over for you?
He says, yes. His name, I'm putting it in chat for you, is Awad Al-Jan. And he was my second in command. He is known for being particularly violent towards the slaves. And he always thought that his way was better. He said that I spent too much money on the slaves and that it would be cheaper to do things his way and we would make more money. Some of the group agreed with him, but I had managed to persuade most of them that providing a quality product meant we got more money for the slaves in the long term. Obviously, he conspired with the cultists to have me kidnapped, and he himself has taken over, or so I presume.
I kind of look to the drow and I ask him if he knows who's taken over the company right now in this one's absence.
Give me a persuasion roll, please.
Okay. Persuasion. 18.
Okay. He says, the human is correct. Awad Al-Jan is who we deal with now.
And does your mistress like dealing with him?
It is not my place to presume my mistress's likes or dislikes.
But you can interpret them to, make sure you serve her better, correct?
It is not my place to interpret my mistress's likes or dislikes. She tells me her wishes and I follow them through.
And has she made any wishes with regard to Awad Al-Jan?
We are dealing with Awad Al-Jan. That is all I know.
It might be worth asking to talk to her again, see if I can understand where she's coming from, talk her back into our direction. I'm feeling more than a little bit shitty, but I'll do what I can.
I'm not sure if... I mean, if we're going to go that route, I'd like to have something else in hand, like something we can offer.
Yeah, look to Barris. What can we actually offer her? What benefit could she have for working with us that she doesn't currently get from Awad Al-Jan? She'll probably want something she didn't even have before. In short, if you want this, you're going to have to pay for it.
I am hesitant to offer a discount on the slaves, but that's the only thing I can think of.
I hate to make the suggestion, but maybe there's something we can do to sweeten the pot as well. Although, what would sweeten the pot from her point of view? That causes
is
me
not anything I'm willing to do. I'm sorry. That's where I.
That's all right, lads. I'll take one for the team. Been a long time, but I still think I remember what to do.
You still remember who holds the chicken? Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. It is. It's 2 minutes to end time. Maybe this is a good place for us to save game. It gives you time to have a little think about your proposition, quote unquote, to the Drow priestess.
An indecent proposal starring Way.
Yeah.
I mean, helping slavers is already walking Magnus's morality line.
Yeah, Lunara's not happy with that either.
So I'm really not sure he's willing to do anything to help the Drow.
Yeah. But we kind of need to get things on our side before we can do anything to help the fiance of Bralazar's son.
Greater good. Magnus might just have to live with that horrible truth.
I do love a D&D campaign with moral quandary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So let us save game here, and we will pick up. I am good. I'm no longer doing guard shifts. We finally got a full-time guard.
Heck yeah.
So heck yes. I'm so tired. I'm so happy. So any overtime that I do is during the day. So I am good to play pretty much consistently on Saturdays from now on. I do appreciate you guys being so understanding with all the I have to work, by the way, scenarios. So thank you.
Yeah. No problem.
So is everyone good on the 10th to play?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I also wanted to ask about the time. Are you guys still good with the current time we're playing? Do you guys want to adjust it at all? I know it's a little bit early. I'm okay with it, but I don't know if you want to go like half an hour later or an hour later.
It works for me. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect for me, but if you guys want to adjust it in either direction, that is absolutely fine by me. Like, it's perfect in my time zone. An hour later is fine. Half an hour later is fine. Whatever you guys want to do.
I can work within an hour either direction, but more than that might be a problem.
Unless there's someone who wants to change, the time works for me. So
yeah. Okay, well let's keep it as is then. That's okay. Awesome.
But if someone needed to change, then I could always make an exception. But
it doesn't sound like it. I mean, I actually prefer it at this time. I don't think I want to go any earlier. I don't want to get up at 7 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, I don't want to get up earlier, and then I need like the hour after to get my stuff to the dump.
Yeah, exactly. This works out because like today I'm doing some overtime, so being finished at 11, I can walk the dog and then just go in the afternoon. So that is kind of nice for me.
Sure.
So we will continue at this time. I have been running some Call of Cthulhu games on I'm sorry, Nick, they're probably not going to work for you. They're on a Sunday sort of evening is when I've been running them.
Far too late my time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
But for the rest of you, if you are interested, they're posted on the One Shot channel, and I'm going to try and run one not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I'm having a lot of fun just running something that's not D&D. So that's an option if you're interested.
Good to know. Thank you. It's part of why I got into running Blades in the Dark. I just needed something that wasn't D&D for a while.
Right? Yeah, like it's just a kind of a palate cleanser, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna run that for a while, and then maybe switch to something else as well. We've got some people on the server now who are interested in trying some different systems. So actually, Blades in the Dark was one that was brought up to me, and I've never played it. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think one of the sorry, I don't know how well it works for one shots.
Yeah, it's more like a long-term thing.
I wouldn't even say long-term because the idea is that you run it in seasons, and each season is like 5 or 6 sessions.
Oh, so that's kind of doable.
Yeah, but I mean, I really like it because as a DM, it's almost no work. The game basically writes itself.
I do like games like that.
Yes. So, I mean, I will see how my schedule goes for the next little while, and if I get a chance, I will try and run something for anybody who wants to.
Awesome. Yeah.
So you guys can experience what it's like, but it's definitely a very different game to D&D. Like,
yeah,
massively different. It's much more collaborative storytelling in my experience.
Cool. Very cool.
That's where I want to bring up Candela Obscura, which is made by Blades in the Dark people.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Was it?
It's almost
I thought Candela was the Critical Role folks.
No, it is. But the people who actually they got to work on it are the
really?
art guys. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a D6 and everything.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
It's almost identical, but boiled down more. So it's even more casual. So you could really just jump in and just kind of go. Because I know Blades is a little bit more complicated with a little more systems you got to learn.
There's a few more things. I think my favorite thing for it is the flashback mechanic, which I actually ended up stealing and putting it into D&D when I was running that, because I loved the idea of just being able to flash back to like, oh, I prepared for this, rather than having the group sit around for 2 hours and plan a score that immediately goes off the rails.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
And thematically, they're pretty different, right? Because Candela is very Victorian Gothic horror, World War I era type.
Yeah.
Sort of not steampunk, but blimps and stuff.
Yeah. I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah, that's actually one I've been looking at as potentially trying as well. So.
And thankfully, you don't have to buy the book, so you can actually just buy the actual PDF rulebook for $20. So.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, instead of having to buy the entire tome,
which is nice.
Yep. They also have a couple of free stuff, so like quick start guides and like basic lore of all the universe and stuff. So you take a look at that. I've been meaning to do a one shot for our Thursday when Sebastian isn't available, but it's hard.
I was gonna say, it sounds a lot like Chang needs to run a one shot for that.
It's very narrative based, and trying to create something that's clever and interesting for like 3 hours. That's not like convoluted. That's kind of difficult.
Yeah. I do. I kind of know where you're coming from, because when you're within a one shot, it's hard to do a good story.
Because you want to try to wrap it up quickly.
Yeah,
make sure like, oh, combat can't run too long, otherwise it'll just eat into the rest of the playtime.
Storytelling. Yeah, exactly.
I guess that is something I do kind of like about Blades is each session is basically one score, so you pick a job and you do the job. Whether that be like break into a bank and steal from the vault, or maybe you need to assassinate somebody, depending on what kind of crew you are. But again, it's more fun when you play a longer thing, because you have, long-term projects that you can work towards, or
right, and kind of a through
you can
line.
level up. Yeah, you can level up the crew and do stuff like that. So it makes it a little bit more interesting long term. And then you have to balance like the faction game as well.
Interesting.
You don't want to keep working against one gang.
That's where they are like identical. It's also Candela's also just you go out on singular missions per session.
Well,
so you invest some sort of paranormal supernatural incident that's happened or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Blades does this too, right? At the end, you sort of like accumulate that sort of EXP and level up.
Yeah, at the end of the score, you do your payoff. So it's like you get experience depending on how you tackled the problems that faced you. You get DM, heat.
How you met your sort of story objectives, like how your
character exactly.
would do. Yeah, it's identical, but it's
just changed up enough to make it interesting.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's cool.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Yeah, good
night. Have a good one.
All right, see you guys.
All right. Anyone who is watching, thank you for watching, and join us next Sunday to find out what happens as we continue down these corridors. Have a good day.